Yes, development finance covers quite a range. You can have a look at sort of a development which is a refurbishment, so where you've got a property and you're doing what we call a light refurb, where you're just doing the plastering, putting in a new kitchen, etc. Or you can go to a heavy sort of refurbishment where you're looking at things that require building regs or planning, so an extension or putting a loft or digging out a basement. So that's sort of the refurbishment side. Or you could have a development where you're looking at a new build from the ground upwards. So it does cover quite a myriad of circumstances, development funding. Lenders tend to look at experience of the sort of borrowers, but it is possible to actually get secure funding if you haven't had the experience of your own sort of development. You may well have a skill set that suits development, if you're in project planning or you've been an architect, a quantity surveyor, and be doing this work for other people. So it's not a no-no if you haven't had the experience of development. And I keep going back to these light refurbs. A lot of lenders understand it's a very simple task and experience is not required for those type of projects. With regard to development finance, there is quite a range of loan to values available. Obviously, the higher loan to value, the higher the interest rate because of the higher risk. But you can sort of get a loan to value up to 85% on what we call a light refurbishment that we spoke about earlier. Or you can get sort of 75% loan to cost on a heavy refurb or new build. But of course you have to pay the rates. So the rates at the higher end are in the region of 7.5% to 8%. But if you're borrowing a lot lower, you may be getting 4.5%. So it's good to have a look at the mix of products out there in the marketplace. It's a good idea for developers to come to someone like ourselves, in that we deal with many lenders in the sector. Me personally, I've had over 30 years experience in development funding. So there is a development funder for every project out there, really. So it's our expertise that knows where to place the deal for you to get the best return for you, and quite often the easiest way to manage the project. So it's good to come to someone who knows the sector well.